James Cameron is finally addressing a fan complaint in Avatar 3, but it should have happened sooner. James Cameron's Avatar franchise only has 2 entries so far, but it's still one of the most successful film franchises in the past 2 decades. Now fans are looking forward to Avatar: Fire and Ash, the 3rd film, which will release in late 2025. While some might be worried that it's more of the same, Cameron is already promising changes that will shift the franchise for the better. Something that Cameron is already promising is that Avatar 3 will have more nuance with its plot and characters. This addresses a major complaint about the first 2 movies, but these narrative elements might have helped those films too. In fact, it all feels like a reaction to another franchise somewhat stealing Avatar's thematic thunder. There's still a lot that fans don't know yet about Avatar: Fire and Ash's storyline, which will release 3 years after the second movie, Avatar: The Way of Water. The gap in between the films is much smaller than the span of time between the first 2 movies in the franchise, but the name alone is cause for some concern. Many have joked that the only thing it will change is the element involved with the new tribe, similar to how the second film repeated a lot of the first, but with a water tribe. Thankfully, that doesn't seem to be the case, both from a narrative standpoint and a thematic one. The new Ash tribe is a group of Nausicaa who aren't quite as noble as the groups that Jake Sully has encountered so far. For one thing, they'll be portrayed in an antagonistic light, and this will even see them working with the human group known as the Arti. In an interview with Empire, James Cameron noted that he wants to move the series beyond its black and white dynamic. Per the director, he's trying to evolve beyond the all humans are bad, all Nausicaa are good paradigm. This is definitely a relief, as this sharply binary world building was a big detriment for critics of the first 2 movies. The change in moral scope and worldview will happen as the series enters its middle section, with the 5th and final Avatar movie coming out in 2031. By the time the series ends, there will likely be much more nuance and depth for all parties involved, with humanity not shown in an entirely negative light, while the Nausicaa are also far less pedestalized. This is what's needed for any sort of long-form storytelling in this vein, but in all these narrative elements should have been there from the get-go. Avatar: Fire and Ash releases in theaters on December 19, 2025.